Take a journey with me back to ancient Greece to meet a king who was indomitable, fierce and unyielding. His name was King Leonidas, and today we will look at his life and words to give us strength in our own lives, to learn from history that true humans can stand up for their motherland, make a difference, and be immortalized in the storied halls of history. Leonidas was the king of Sparta, known for his bravery and military skills. He led the Spartan army to victory in several battles, including the Battle of Thermopylae, where he and his 300 soldiers held off a much larger Persian army for 3 days. Despite being outnumbered and eventually killed in battle, his heroic stand bought time for the Greek city-states to prepare for the Persian invasion. King Leonidas is considered a legendary figure in Greek history and the symbol of courage and resistance against tyranny. What are 4 powerful quotes that pierce the veil of cowardice and make us channel our inner Spartan? Number 1. Go now and tell the Spartans that tomorrow we fight for our women, for our children, and our sacred land. This quote showcases the motivation behind Leonidas's actions. He was fighting not just for himself, but for the future of Sparta and the freedom of the Hellenistics. His call to arms was a rallying cry for his soldiers, reminding them of the values and beliefs they were defending. Similarly, when we face challenges, it's important to remember the bigger picture and the values we're fighting for. It can help us find the strength and courage to keep going, even when things get tough. A motivation higher than oneself is a necessary concept when a person wants to give their all. If a man is fighting for himself, he will do his best, and his survival instinct may see him through. But if he's fighting for what his evolution has been shouting at him for millennia, then he will be unstoppable. You now feel possessive, defensive, and you are doing what a man must do, what he is unaware of, but deep down knows he is built for. He knows that he is being guided by some force to fight harder and give more than he would normally. Why is this? Thousands of years of man's need to protect the ones he loves. Number 2. Fear is a powerful motivator, but courage is a greater one. In the face of overwhelming odds at Thermopylae, Leonidas understood the importance of instilling courage in his men by acknowledging fear as a natural emotion, while emphasizing courage as a stronger force. He reminded his soldiers that their bravery would be their most potent weapon against the Persians. This quote reminds us that fear is a universal human emotion that everyone experiences. However, it also encourages us to rise above fear and summon our inner strength and courage to overcome obstacles and achieve our goals. We all must remember that fear is not real. It is a figment of the imagination caused by the anxiety of a confluence of events that may never happen. That is sheer insanity, right? Number 3. Tonight we dine in hell. This quote reveals the Spartan ideal of unwavering courage and resilience in the face of danger. Leonidas's words express the Spartan ethos, which valued bravery and fortitude above all else. For the Spartans, turning your back on danger was seen as a sign of cowardice and a betrayal of the duty to oneself and to the state. This quote teaches us about the importance of standing up for what we believe in and not giving up in the face of difficulty. The Spartans had a strong sense of duty and responsibility to their city-state and to each other. They knew that their actions had consequences not only for themselves, but also for their fellow citizens. This sense of responsibility and accountability is an important part of being a good citizen and a member of society. They are aware that they will not see tomorrow, but they do not care, because the greatest thing for a Spartan warrior is to die defending the land you love, and to die in glorious battle. They are prepared. They have no preconceived notions about survival, but yet they push on in service of their homeland. This is why we can be imbued with such strength from these mythos. It shows us the indomitable nature of the human spirit when faced with overwhelming odds. As long as we have a cause to fight for, this can also be a dangerous thing when used to rally for a cause that is evil, to harm innocents, and twist misguided words to ensure your goals are met. We see this in modern times, when bored men subvert peaceful teachings to sway the minds of others into committing atrocities in the false name of a faith. So we can see the dual-edged sword with this. Having a cause greater than yourself is everything, but having a cause rule your emotional self and deride intelligence leads to destruction on a grand scale. When one is willing to die for a belief, he becomes a soldier for that cause, and he is resigned to his fate, for good or evil. Number 4. Molen Lobe, or come and take them. This defiant exclamation is perhaps the most famous and enduring legacy of King Leonidas. As the Persian king Xerxes demanded the surrender of the Spartans, Leonidas's response was a bold and uncompromising challenge. This quote shows Leonidas's courage and determination to resist the Persian invaders. Instead of giving in to the demands of the much larger Persian army, he chose to stand his ground and fight to the death. This response was a powerful statement that inspired the Spartans and other Greeks to resist the Persians and fight for their freedom. The quote Molen Lobe has become a symbol of defiance and resistance against oppression and tyranny. It is a reminder that sometimes the best response to those who seek to harm us or our loved ones is to stand up and fight back. So what can we learn from the great King Leonidas? King Leonidas was a great leader who was known for his bravery, strength, and intelligence. One of the things that made him such a great leader was his ability to inspire others. He was able to motivate his soldiers to fight for their country and their freedom, even when the odds were stacked against them. We can learn from King Leonidas that it is important to be brave and stand up for what you believe in, even when you're scared. He was able to remain calm and focused in the face of danger, and he was able to make difficult decisions that ultimately led to victory. We can also learn from his strategic mind and his ability to plan ahead and anticipate his enemy's moves. He was able to use his knowledge of his enemy and his environment to his advantage, and he was able to come up with creative solutions to difficult problems. Overall, King Leonidas was a true hero who sacrificed everything for his country and his people. He was a great leader, a brave warrior, and a wise strategist. We can learn a lot from him about what it means to be a hero and how to live a life of conscience, fighting for something bigger than our own selfish needs. Thank you for watching, and the next time you feel weak, like life is beating you down, and you think you are up against a mountain of an obstacle, just remember, even a god king can bleed.